Hi, this is Phil McPhail, and just wondering if you're looking for a lakefront lot that's real close to town with lots of people around and electricity at the street, driveway done, and garbage pickup. Well, if that's what you're looking for, this ain't it. Today I am in Glenwood, Maine. Glenwood is off of Route 2A in southern Aroostook County, and I have 3 lots here. Lots 2, 3, and 4 on Wytopitlock Lake. That's W-Y-T-O-P-I-T-L-O-C-K, Wytopitlock. You're gonna ask. The shorefront on these lots is exceptional, and I'm gonna take you down there and show you that in a minute. They're all surveyed, the lines are pinned, they're all blazed, it's easy to find. What's great about this area? Well, there's nobody around. There's 7 lots in this whole peninsula. These are the last 3 available. You can access the ATV and snow sled trails right from here. You don't need a trailer. You bring your machines up here, leave them in your shed, and go riding when you come up on the weekend. Right now I'm standing on almost the division line. It's about 40 feet off to my left between lots 3 and 4. You can see that the lakefront here is kind of pruned up nicely. There's a lot of old growth trees in here. There's some really large spruce, some nice hemlock such as these. Just a real peaceful spot. There's a little bit of a knoll that comes up from the lake right here and levels off. You got to build back 100 feet here. Lot 4 is the bigger of the 3, and you'll see down in the comments below there's links to the site for each one of these lots and an interactive map that'll show you where they're located, and you can look at the whole region on that map. Standing down near the shore of Lot 4 now, and we're looking back up towards where the preferred building site would be. And the access road is the boundary on the back, which we're quite a ways from that. You can't see it. If you tucked your driveway in here right, you would never see the cabin from the access road. And this is looking across Lot 4 towards Lot 3. This is the shorefront at Lot 4 on Wytopitlock Lake, and what's really nice about this, you're looking out across the lake here, and this is like an arm that comes down into the southern sections of the lake, and there's a larger part of the lake heads to the north. But you can't see a single cabin on that shore because I don't believe there are any. This is a very remote region. There are a few cabins on this lake, but most of them are in clusters, with the majority of the shoreline on Wytopitlock Lake being undeveloped. This is pretty typical of the bottom structure here. The water is very clear. There is a slight tannic stain to it, but it's light. And it's a small cobblestone type bottom. It's not sand, but it is a decent place to swim. There's no large rocks in here. Here's a surveyor's stake separating 3 and 4. And anybody can find this. The surveyor was kind enough to blaze the boundary lines in red paint between the pins. And I don't know about you, but most of the time I don't have the benefit of a painted line like this. Really makes it nice, and it's a big expense. Most sellers won't incur. This one didn't mind, and he laid these out nicely for the people that are purchasing. And my pickup is parked here at the division between lots 3 and 4. The seller has started a driveway entrance in here, placed a culvert crossing, so his intention was that 3 and 4 could share this entry and then divide their driveways from there. Save yourself some expense and also save some erosion and potential phosphorus load infiltration into Wytopitlock Lake. If you do drive in here, it says lot on this sign. This is lot 3. The 3 sticker peeled off in the wind, I guess. So don't ask me why I'm going backwards, but we're gonna go 4, 3, 2 in today's video. And this again is the access road that the property abuts, and this is a right-of-way for everybody to get in here to these lots. If you happen to wander in here without me and you're wondering where the division pin is between lots 2 and 3, this is the pin. It sits off the road quite a ways. The right-of-way was left wide enough so that if anybody wanted to widen it or ditch it, they'd have room to do so. So right here at this view, lot 3 is on the left, lot 2 is on the right, and you can see the painted blazed line dividing the two properties. And this is all of the road frontage of lot 2. And then 3 is right there. You can see that piece of pink flagging, and it continues around the corner. And we've continued along the dividing line between lots 2 and 3 right here, 3 being to the left. I'm gonna get down to the pin here and we're gonna take a look at lot 2. I'm at the shore of the lake between lots 2 and 3. We're looking out across the shore frontage of 3. And then we pan around here, the lake view. And this is lot 2. We'll now take a walk up on lot 2. You saw 3 on the other side with 4. There's a little bit of a wetland in between the two, so there's a nice privacy screen or separation, and a nice building site over here on lot 2 as well. Looking from the lake back towards the road on the dividing line between lots 1 and 2. And this would be anywhere in here, 50 feet or more in from this boundary line would be an ideal space for your new cabin. And then the lake shore is right here, and this section has been pruned up and you get a decent view of the lake. Standing at the road front now on the access road into all these lots, and this is the view you're going to see when you get to lot 2. 1 is just to the right of that wooden stake, almost right there in the center of this video clip. And there's a black culvert in here, a driveway, and then the road splits. And you'll see on the survey plan that we'll make available in this video, that you'll see that other road down here in a common lot that separates this road from that road, and lots 1, 2, 3, and 4 actually. Well, that kind of wraps up the tour of the lots themselves. If you look at the MapRight map link below, you'll see some photographs on there, and those photos are geo-referenced, which means that where they're shown on the map, they're as close as they can get from a GPS locating them. So that should help you better understand the property. Preliminary soils work was done here. You will have to update it as far as the number of bedrooms that you want to build. And you can get a soil guy in here to do that for you for between $350 and $450. Next, we're going to take a ride down, because you're probably wondering, how do I get my boat into Wytopitlock Lake? You can't legally construct your own boat landing, but there is a nice boat landing, and I'm going to take you for a ride at the end of Dixie Road, which on the map will say Wytopitlock Road, but when you actually get out here, the sign at the end of the road at Route 2A says Dixie Road. This is our access road into the lots on Wytopitlock Lake. And as you can see, it's a pretty good gravel road. Standing in the center of Dixie Road, and that's looking east back towards Route 2A. And here is the entrance to the access road into the lots on Wytopitlock Lake. And you can see here that Dixie Road is an access road for ATV riders. So you can ride your ATV out from the lot right onto the blacktop road out here, and then hit the ATV trails. And this is the direction we're heading, and that bridge you can see in the distance is the outlet of Wytopitlock Lake, or Wytopitlock Stream. And then at the end of that straightway there, we're going to have access to the boat landing. This is the bridge crossing Wytopitlock Stream, and this is the start of a beautiful canoe trip. If you like to go out paddling in a wilderness area, maybe chase a few of the native brook trout, this would be a great place to do it. It's a nice sized stream, very attractive place with old balsam fir and cedar lining both banks. And finally, this is the boat landing at the very southern end of Wytopitlock Lake. And if you look up through the channel here, you can see that this lake goes for miles. It's a very large lake. does have some sheltered areas out of the wind. This boat landing is open to the public, so you can get a decent sized boat. It's a gravel launch, but a good solid one. We're about an hour north of Lincoln, Maine, and probably 35, 40 minutes south of Holton, Maine. This is out in the deep woods section of Aroostook County. And if you're looking for privacy, it's a great place to come, enjoy some memories with the family. Give me a call today and I'll send you more information and we can come up and take a look at this together.